It's 2023, and this is the first video on my channel this year. And this isn't really my typical kind of video that I would put on this channel, but I don't think you can legally be a VRChat creator without making at least one video about avatar worlds. With that said, if you're here, you're probably looking for avatars or, well, I'm not really sure why else you would click on this video. Regardless, welcome to my channel. I'm guessing the first question you're asking right now is, are these avatars and avatar worlds going to be quest friendly? And just in case I decided against putting that in the title for some reason, I really tried to focus on worlds that had mostly quest friendly compatible avatars. Some of these worlds are new, some are older, some are very popular, some aren't so much, but they all definitely deserve all the attention they can get because all of these worlds have some really good avatars. Before we get to the avatar worlds though, I just want to make some quick notes on how I kind of organize this video. Every time I show off a new world, I will be showing the name of the world and the author in the corner here. Down at the bottom of the video or in the description, you can see the chapters where I separated the video by category or genre of the avatars, just to keep things organized and easy to find. And finally, to make it as easy as possible to find the worlds or avatars that you like in the video, I will be including timestamps along with a link to each world on the VRChat website down below in a pinned comment. With all that said, I hope that you enjoy the video. Let's go look at some avatar worlds. The first category on this list is Egirl and Eboy avatars. They seem like easily the most popular type of avatar in VRChat overall, so I felt like it only makes sense to put them first. Starting off, we have Cozy's avatars by Cozy. This world doesn't have too many avatars as of recording this video. Well, actually only 5, but I feel like the quality of these avatars are pretty high, especially for public quest compatible avatars. On the wall of this world, they have a spot where they say more soon, so make sure to check back if you're a fan of the style of these avatars because there might be more soon. Next, we have Avatar Nexus by Godfall. Before we even talk about the avatars here in Avatar Nexus, I want to take a second to appreciate the amount of work that the author of this world put into it. Even aside from the avatars, this place is super cool. It's definitely a world that I can imagine hanging out with some friends in. It has multiple separate video players, games, mirrors, this, I don't know what that is. I don't know what this place is supposed to be, but it kind of feels like a mashup between an apartment, a club, and a store. All the avatars are on these super unique store shelves that I haven't seen anywhere else. Maybe they are somewhere else, but I just haven't seen them. Now let's get back to talking about the avatars. There are a massive amount of avatars. The name of this world says 300 plus, but I'm not sure if there's actually 300. But don't get me wrong, there is definitely a lot. Although I'd say most of these avatars probably fall into the Egirl Eboy avatar category, there is a lot of different avatars here, made by different creators. For example, we have some furry avatars over here, and on this shelf we have some mimier avatars. Really the only downside of this world in regards to this list is that many of the avatars are PC only, but it made this list because even if only half of these are quest friendly, there's still a ton of super quality quest friendly avatars. Next up, we have Astraeus' avatars. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. I will probably end up saying a lot of these incorrectly. Which actually just recently got an update on the 5th, at least according to the world name. If you look at the bottom of the sign on the wall, it looks like they add a few avatars once in a while, so I guess that could explain why they have so many avatar spaces on the shelves. So make sure to check back once in a while to see what kind of stuff shows up. But I think it's important to talk about what they do have rather than what they don't. As of the recording of this video, they have 31 various avatars that are all quest friendly. A lot of these avatars have blue transparent parts like ears, horns, and tails, which I'm seeing become a lot more popular lately. Another thing I noticed about this world is that the avatars vary in height quite a bit, which I like but don't usually see that often in avatar worlds. Mai's avatar world by Mai is a super cool little hangout room platform thing in the middle of the sea that has some crazy high quality avatars. As of now, there's 6 avatars here that you can grab with 2 variants of each. One thing I like about Mai as a creator is that they keep their newest avatar as clone only until they make another one and then they put it in the world. I think that's a really interesting concept and I hope to see other people doing that at some point. I also think that something like this could work really well with the group system, but I don't think that this creator does that. This world has some really nice avatars, but I feel like I need to say that the very first thing I noticed about this world is the boards on the floor were huge. It has nothing to do with the avatars or anything, but that's just something I noticed right away, and I can't stop thinking about it. This world, like the last world, only has female avatars, but the thing I like about the avatars in this world is even though I definitely still call these Egirl avatars, they have a slightly different style to them. I don't really know how to describe the difference, but I hope that you know what I mean. Also, I'm not really sure why they have these 2 waffle avatars. I mean, I like waffles as much as the next person, but I can't really imagine this being an avatar that I use all the time. Next, let's move to couple avatars. I wanted to put these second because I feel like a lot of couple avatars are really similar to Eboy and Egirl avatars, so I think out of anywhere on this list, they best fit right here. Starting off with Noodle's Quest and PC avatars by Noodlebox Demon. This world currently has 7 sets of couple avatars, and I would say they're pretty unique, along with a couple shelves that have some random avatars. I used to see these avatars a ton earlier in the year, last year, 2022, but not so much lately, which in my opinion is great for anyone looking for a couple avatars that don't want to run into people using the same avatars though. There's a ton of extra space in this world labeled as coming soon, so they must have big plans for the world, and I can't wait to see what they make. In my opinion, this world has some of the best quality quest friendly avatars even today, so I really hope they make more of them. Noni's avatar world sports a massive wall of mostly quest friendly avatars, and a ton of those are matching couple avatars. I see these avatars a lot when I hang out around the Black Cat, so I know that people like them, and it's really easy to tell why. There is a ton of variety in size and style of avatars here. If you ever wanted an avatar that uses those eternally popular XO glasses, this is the place to get them. I don't know if Anonymous created those glasses, but almost all of their avatars have them. Like any other worlds with a ton of avatars, I can't show them all off in this video, so make sure to check them out on your own if you're interested. This is a little bit off topic, but my girlfriend was telling me about how popular these avatars really are, and she was like,
"These avatars are actually really popular. I bet if we go to the Black Cat, we'll see a bunch of them."
So we went to the first Black Cat listed on the side, and we saw 2 people using different Noni avatars, and then we went to another one and found even more. I just started realizing how popular these avatars really are, and I see them everywhere. Sleep Nico Uwu avatars by Kasai Aisu. I definitely said that incorrectly. This world has 15 sets of couple avatars, as well as a bunch of other avatars to look at. The avatars in this world are much shorter and kind of a cuter take on what Eboy Egirl avatars usually look like. If that's your thing, definitely come here and check it out. Another thing about these avatars is a lot of them have default idle arm animations, so if you're playing on desktop and you hate that your arms are always just sitting by your side, maybe this would be something you'd like. Anime avatars are probably the avatars I see the second most in VRChat, so I thought for sure this would be a very important category to have on this list. I want to be clear that I'm not an anime consumer myself, but I can tell it seems popular amongst VRChatters based on what I see people use the most. So I picked a few worlds that have specific anime characters from different shows, and then a couple avatar worlds that have a bunch of different characters for variety. The first world in this category, we have Fate Avatars by Entity. I've never seen this anime, but I highly recommend checking out this world. There's an insane amount of avatars in this world, and a lot of them have crazy animations. Unfortunately, not all of the avatars in this world are quest friendly, but I think enough of them are that I wanted to include it in this list. Here's my certified anime loving friend Dan to tell you how good they are.
I'm Dan, and I think these avatars are pretty good.
But honestly, this world has some super crazy avatars. Some of them I keep favorited just because I love showing people the animations that they have. They are super unique and apparently pretty close to the show. Waterfall Training by Camillus has tons and tons of avatars, all once again quest friendly. One side of the world has older 2.0 avatars that have a bunch of gestures that do all kinds of things. Some show weapons, some spawn props that I can only imagine are from the show. But there's also even a Fortnite one, which has Fortnite items, which is obviously, pretty epic. On the other side of the world, there are a bunch of 3.0 avatars that have toggles. Many have clothing toggles, customization toggles, various props to hold in their hand, and forgive me for this one, Naruto fans, but magic toggles? Also, if you walk into this white cube next to the mirror, it'll teleport you on top of the waterfall where you can find some secret avatars. I think they're secrets. For some reason, they're all very far away from each other, so get ready to do some walking to check them out. Even though I don't watch this anime, I know that it's a pretty popular one. I hear about this all over VRChat and all over TikTok all the time, so it seems appropriate to add to this list. If people are interested in it, I think it belongs here. We have all of your favorite My Hero characters in this world, such as Captain Man, Birdman, Main Character, Fire Guy, and Big Lady. Don't worry, it's just a joke. I'm sure it's a good show. Luckily, Bun Bun's Village anime avatars makes it really easy to describe what's here in the world because they're all labeled. We have avatars from lots of various anime and manga, such as Seven Deadly Sins, Tokyo Revengers, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and more. One thing I want to make a note of is I'd recommend toggling these avatars off when you go to another section because they seem to appear in nearly the same place and it gets confusing to deal with after you have a bunch of them open at once. But overall, there's really a ton of avatars here to look through. Furry avatars, similar to anime avatars, is something that I'm not very well versed in. Anything and everything I could tell you about furries or popularity of furry avatars is based solely on what I see within VRChat. With that said, I did my best to find not only quality furry avatars, but also worlds that have a lot of variations in species and styles. Furry Talk and Chill by Bandit. I always see this world trending with tons of people in it, so I won't spend too much time talking about it because I feel like everybody already probably knows what it is. But there's a few really high quality avatars here that have a ton of stuff on them. For example, there's this one. It has a ton of different dances, props, clothes, and even a ragdoll system, which I think is really neat. Furry Avatars by Lieutenant Shadow has 79 avatars. But wait, there's more over here, and there's one over here. That brings this world's total to a massive 89 avatars. I chose this world to be on this list because there's just so much diversity between these avatars. Some are pretty normal, some are edgy, some are proto-gens, and some are kiwi. My favorite avatar here has to be this one though, created by Cosmic Cartoons. It's very much on the cartoony side, but it's so customizable. It's kind of alien-esque. I'm surprised to say that I don't think I've ever seen anyone with this avatar before. My favorite thing about it is this randomizer button that randomizes all the colors and body options. The way these displays here look remind me a lot of our next world, the Fur Hub. The Fur Hub is probably my favorite furry world on this list, and also probably one of the most popular overall. I really like the way that this building feels so open. It kind of feels like a corporate office or some kind of museum. You spawn in this massive lounge where you can either walk forward and check out a lot of incredible art, or you can go upstairs, which leads you right to all the avatars. One of the things I like the most about this world is that all of the avatars show the creator, and sometimes even advertise their shops, where if you wanted to, you can buy more of their stuff. I'm a really big fan of stuff like that because I really like seeing creators get the credit that they deserve. With that said, this world, like the last one, has a ton of avatars. Probably more, but I'm not counting all of them. I don't really know what avatars are the best here in my opinion because there's so many unique and possibly exclusive to here avatars. Because I really don't think I've seen most of these avatars anywhere else in VRChat. Honestly, the avatars here are probably the highest quality furry avatars that aren't completely custom that I've seen in VRChat. Jupster's Furry Hangout World is more than just an avatar world, but the reason that I have this on my list is because there are a bunch of super cool Rex and Nardo Dragon variants here. I only know what they're called because the iPad in this world told me. I'm sorry if I said those incorrectly. Another neat thing about this world is that you don't have to walk around to look at all the avatars. All you have to do is bring the iPad over with you to the mirror or just pop out your personal mirror and scroll through all the avatars. I think this is a really genius idea for displaying avatars and worlds, and I really hope to see more options like this in more avatar worlds in the future. For anyone who really likes Titums, Maple's Titum Avatars by Maple Fox is the world for you. I don't think that there's really been very many Titums in furry worlds that I've shown in this video so far, but I feel like they're at least mildly popular in VRChat, from what I've seen. I think this world is really good if you do like Titums, because there are some funny variants of them, but also they have portals to their friends' worlds that have a bunch more. Ah yes, memes. Memes, of course, are one of the most important aspects of the internet. And since VRChat is basically an extension of the internet, by proxy, memes are one of the most important things in VRChat. If you disagree, I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you how it is. And with that said, let's get into some meme avatar worlds. Starting off in the memes category, we have Hen's Poo Poo Avatar World. Firstly, I just want to say that Hens is easily one of my favorite VRChat creators, so I might be biased, but I have to say that out of all the Poo Poo Avatar worlds, this one is by far my favorite. Here you will find some of the most messed up avatars you'll probably ever see in VRChat, but like in a good way, you know? You can find a little bit of everything here. If you ever wanted a train avatar made out of Bambi DVDs with Mr. Crab Eyes and a witch bear conductor, they have that here. If you ever wanted a Mario avatar that had 4 eyes, an Uno card hat, along with spaghetti banana buttons on his overalls, they have that here too. Honestly, if you ever wanted some of the most cursed meme avatars, this is the only choice. Have you ever been stranded in the desert completely surrounded by nothing but memes? No? Well, with Rumham's Avatar World, now you can. This world has some disturbing images like this, and has a lot of other weird stuff to explore. But aside from that, this world has a crazy amount of avatars by a ton of different creators. And a lot of these are unique meme avatars that I've never seen in any other world. I feel like a lot of these meme worlds are very hard to show off because there's just an insane amount of various avatars based on memes that are all different. But Minty's Cursed and Scuffed avatars might be one that I can show off the least because I think I have to blur out some of these. I wouldn't really say that they're inappropriate, and I think they're super funny, but I feel like these will get me demonetized on YouTube for sure. Well, I can show you this wall. This wall is probably okay, but the rest of it I'm not really sure. Since I can't really fully show you these avatars, just imagine lewd Egirl versions of your favorite childhood characters, like Wendy's from Wendy's, Carl Weezer, and Piglet. But really, these avatars make me laugh basically every time I look at them, and they're definitely worth checking out. I feel like most of the robot avatars I see in VRChat are custom, due mainly to the fact that I had a very difficult time trying to find quality quest-friendly robot avatars. But I did find a few worlds that I made sure to keep in this list. In Kurgrim's Mini Robots, we have a small but quality collection of little robot avatars. These feel almost toy-like, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of. They are very similar, but there are a few variations, and some of them also have some unique stuff. For example, this one has Brotherhood of Steel, power armor, shoulders, and shoes. And this one has some kind of other armor, but I'm not really sure what it's from. Also, if you enjoy these avatars, the creator does commissions for just $5, and I think that's pretty neat. I'm always a fan of when creators will do cheap commissions for personalized versions of avatars that they already have. WKAC's Transformer Avatar World is our next robot avatar world. I know, Transformers aren't robots, but I mean, kind of, right? If you've never been here, you're definitely missing out. These avatars are incredible and somehow quest friendly. All of them can transform into a vehicle of some kind as well as fire their weapon. If they have something that can fire, some of them are melee. Honestly, these might be some of the highest quality public quest avatars in the entire game. Just like Transformers, Bionicles are kind of like robots, right? This joke is funnier if I do it twice, right? For anyone who grew up with Bionicles, I'm sure that you'll have the same rush of nostalgia as I did when I saw this in VRChat. Although these don't have any special toggles or anything, the amount of joy these avatars bring me is insane. Being able to be these toys that I grew up with and played with for years just gives me a crazy feeling. This category is going to be worlds with various cartoon, movie, and video game characters. These seem pretty popular, and I want to make sure to show off some of these worlds because of that. First, we have Big Al's Avatar Corridors. This is probably the very first world I ever visited in VRChat years and years ago, so it kind of holds a special spot in my heart. But this world has an insane amount of different cartoon and video game avatars. I really don't know how, but it's not very popular anymore. I'm guessing maybe just because there's other trendy kinds of avatars in VRChat right now, and so less people are looking for this kind of avatar. But if you're looking for random characters from stuff, this world should definitely be on your list of worlds to go to. This world has a lot of very similar feeling avatars to the first world in this category, but it also includes a large number of very strange, more memey avatars. For example, there are many versions of Among Us avatars. But this world does have quite a few unique avatars. For example, there's this Exodia avatar where each avatar represents a single card, and if you have 5 people with these avatars, you could be a complete Exodia. Really, just like the last world, there's just too much to cover in a few minutes, so make sure to check it out yourself. Mephisto's Mega Avatar World easily makes this list for its organized shelves full of various movie and game characters. They have Star Wars avatars, Halo, a few anime avatars, Batman, Doom, and more. Just a ton of various characters from a lot of different stuff. A lot of these avatars have toggles with props or animations and weapons that are lore friendly to what the character would normally have, and I like that a lot. I often see tactical looking avatars like military and police avatars, so I want to try and find some good worlds with those kinds of avatars to put on this list. I don't know if I was just looking in the wrong places, but I found quest-friendly avatars like this to be extremely hard to find. By far, the best one that I found was Ghost Avatar World 2 by Ghost Dog MIDI. This world has pages and pages of avatars that not only look military-esque, that also have toggleable weapons that can be fired, but many times also having additional props. I'm pretty sure that almost all of these are from games, but I think it provides a lot of variation in themes and characters. I'm sure if you're looking for an avatar, you'll be able to find something that you like here. There are so many choices. This category is for a few avatar worlds that I think are really interesting, all quest friendly, but don't really fit into the other categories very well. First up, 100 Avatars by Polygonal Mind. Formerly called Plus 100 Avatars, now called 100 Avatars Garden, is probably my favorite world in this category. I can't really explain why, but I really like the style of these avatars. Also, they all seem very optimized. And in a game like VRChat, what else can you really ask for? Another great thing about this world is that all of the avatars are made by Polygonal Mind, which is pretty neat because oftentimes worlds will have other people's avatars, especially worlds that have many avatars in them. And sometimes they might not have the creator's permission or something like that. But you know, in this case, that it is 100% legit. You have a ton of different sections here: humanoid, food, space, spooky, Christmas, and others. So you can really find an avatar for any occasion here. Next up in our other category, we have rigged 3D scanned avatars by Egirl. I believe this is the only repeat of worlds by the same author in this video, but trust me, it's worth it. In this world, you have a ton of people avatars that are 3D scanned and honestly just hilarious. They move in the funniest way possible. And most of them have fizz bones that not only allow you to grab them in multiple places, but stretch them out and freeze them like that. They end up staying like that even while you emote, and it's honestly so funny. You can pose the avatar yourself, or if you have interactions on, other people can do it too. If you by chance wanted something weird or creepy, AIM's 135 plus Avatar Chill World is the world for you. This world consists mostly of monsters and creepified versions of popular characters. Oh, also this is actually the creator that I got the avatars from for this Omegle video that I made. You can find anything in this world that fits on a scale from just a little creepy to almost repulsive. It's fantastic. There's just one more world that I want to cover in this video that really doesn't fit anywhere else, but it's definitely almost necessary to go check out at least once. Dullish is a super cool world that's unlike any other world out there so far. This world uses the power of VRChat magic to give you the power to search for avatars. Once you travel to Dullish, there's a lot going on, but I'm going to quickly talk about how to use the avatar search function because it's not really explained how to get there, and hopefully this video will make it easy to use if you do go there. First of all, inside of the large room where you spawn, you'll find this keypad. You'll want to go there and enter 0042, and then this ball will show up to the right after you submit the code. Once you click on the ball, you'll be teleported to a very large open room covered in video players. I don't know why there's so many video players, but that's just the way it is. On one side of the room, there'll be a huge interface explaining more about how the world works and what it can do. If you click on the red ball on the right side, it'll turn on the avatar search features. One last thing before you're able to search for avatars is you can pick whether you want to search for Quest only, PC, or PC and Quest avatars, based on the respective colors showing. Then you can type in any word that you'd like to search here, and press the red ball to the left to issue the search command. All of the search results will then show up right behind you. It's not perfect, but it's probably the best we have for now. I'm glad someone started working on something like this because it's a great replacement for the way people used to search for avatars in old modded clients before the addition of EAC. I really hope to see this concept built on more in the future and see people keep improving the system. I guess that brings this video to an end. If you can think of any categories or worlds that you think I might have missed or should have been included, make sure to let me know in the comments. If I can gather enough for another video, I'll definitely make a part 2. This video took me quite a long time to put together, but I had a lot of fun creating it. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to subscribe and thank you for watching. Bye!